Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming to Tibetan Buddhist Center and also to receive teachings from Geshe. Very honored. Tibetan Buddhist Center is very honored to invite Geshe here to Singapore for the first time. And he's giving us 1 day of teachings today, and he'll be going back to Taiwan tomorrow for other teachings. Geshe is from Thupten Palsang Monastery, and has obtained a Geshe degree, and he has been known for his experiences towards Dharma. Basically, he's a very experiential teacher, so he teaches actually from experience a lot. And many of us here, we have friends from Singapore, from Malaysia, flying down today just to receive his teachings. So thank you, Lenny. So without further ado, we request Geshe to give us the teachings for today on mind training.
I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. By my accumulations of the practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. So today I'll be speaking on mind training. So there has been a request for me to speak on mind training. So I will do the topic of mind training today. Except for a few whom I might have met in Dharamsala, but I think most of you here are rather new to me, so I would like to take this opportunity to say Tashtile greetings to you.
Tine Tal lojong ko la she lojong sin ki je she on du zane ane namjun lojong sin ta chidang sim ta chongdar te ji lojong sigur de misi gi lojong sin ming ta sha sa gi pechati chuje ti ge di kar resena ane rang le shin ge che wa ji se tinde gi chongdar te ji la di sigur.
So we say mind training. So basically it's referring to the training that we give to our mind. But is there a reason why we give the text this particular name of mind training? Is really for the purpose of training our minds such that we are able to cherish others more than we cherish ourselves.
Chidang shen la pendo cheba ina simba sangbo yo na yakbo re siye ta suji ngazu peche le yo re mi shinda chigi susu le yakbo cheba ina mi shinda chigi shinda le yakbo cheba ina kabo yung he chi ngazu peche le rangshin ki yo deba chaba cha de yo.
So we say cherishing others more than ourselves. We are talking about benefiting others, right? So in this case, sometimes when we say, okay, when someone is good to me or has benefited me, yes, then we all like such a person because that person has benefited me.
Ine ta di susu ki chega jona yakbo re tingi la susu ki chema tube ji yong de go ro.
So when we are supposed to like go and help others, we know that it's good to help others, but sometimes we are not able to do that.
Kharche ni re di.
Why is this the case?
Da nga dawa ina khari tengi du sena shinda lo roba chega jona di chena ngal kyong ra ge dus samlo di ka yong du.
Take me for example, when I want to go and help others, what will come to my mind is, if I help the others, maybe I will be put in a very disadvantageous position. So that kind of stopped me from going forward to help others. So I think a lot of us are rather similar in this aspect.
Ta di indi ta digi samlo di ta gyuji tango gore kisi ta shimpen simgune ji je go na di samlo di chuchi tango gore.
So if we really want to generate the mind of benefiting others, then we have to change this aspect of our thinking, of our mind.
Ta dila ani samlo chik di kare sena pena ta ani karsi gore ta mini soso da mi shinda ji je ni ga to to de be khadu de la khala ji rana. Tadi one chena kola tena yakbuta rede ina kola tena nga khari sagores namsan samlo di nga jongra ga du se ti ro da nga ga ri sa go res ti ka ga do.
So take for example, if there are two people, right, and we are both hungry. So, and there's this is food in front of us for these two people. So if I want to give it to the others, then what will become of me? I will have nothing to eat. Then I'll become hungry. So when that thought arises, then it kind of stopped me from wanting to pass that food to the other person.
Ngone jena ti do cho de la ona nge sa sha na an ko khar che go res ko do do gro was ti ye yong go ro kim zen chi bar ba.
Instead of thinking this way, then we should actually be thinking in the opposite way. If I were to take this particular food right now, then what is going to happen to him? What would he have to eat? So this is the way we should be thinking, really.
Inji mi ji khep sang di nga la ra go ya khari na.
So, you know, most of the times we are thinking, I must have some kind of benefits. I must have some kind of advantage. Why do we always have this kind of thought?
Shinda la khep sang ra na ti gi do.
Other people, if they have the benefit or advantage, it's okay, right?
Chi sang ta ti gi sam lo di ngone le la rang da shin ni nyam ba se ki an ke che di ko ha di ra ku ga re.
So in order for this kind of thought to come easily, then we need to understand what we mean by equalizing ourselves and others.
Ta nyam ba se de ra pa la yin di te wa de ba chi ba re tung he mi de ba chi ba re an mi yin ba chi ba re tu zo gi thone pen do chi yue de ba chi re.
From a very gross level, when we talk about equalizing ourselves and others, we can talk about, you know, we both want to have happiness. We both don't want to have sufferings. So from a very gross level, this is what we can think of to equalize ourselves and others.
Ta yin ne ding ding de la nga nga re ko ko re se sam lo chi zui di shuk chi yo re da.
But in a very subtle way, we still have this very thought deep in our mind that we say, I still must have it, you know, it's still me at the end of the day. Yeah.
Che zang ta rang dang shin nyam bi ne lu ngone di ta pi da bo ji to ye la ani na be shung ne she bi ta me ba se di sam lo tang ba yin na shin ne ani rang dang shin nyam ba ngone re se gi ni ba chen tu ye ji yue de ba cha de re.
So in order to really equalize between self and others, we need to understand what has been spoken or taught in the Buddhist scriptures where it talk about selflessness. So there is a selflessness of this I. And if we are able to grasp this concept of selflessness of this I, then that's where we can really practice or see or rather achieve the effect of equalizing between self and others.
Den gi ting sa bo ma zho gong la ra ba ji che yong di ani nga dang ko ni nyam ba re la du kar che ne nga la di shuk di ki ni sam lo di abo khor tu mi do che san ta di khore den da la cham cham la yana su su par pha sha yana me lo na la ta tu de be sa sta nga yi na di ro ani kho da ko ni nyam ba re la no sam lo kho le la ye de be so ro sto ro ta kirang yi na kirang gi su ni di par da ta ani ta ming di ta den je di da ani mi shen da ji ki yong je di ni nyam ba re la no sam lo kho le la.
So from a very gross level, we will say, yeah, I and him, we are equal, right? But this is a very gross level way of thinking. So if we want to do it more profound, in a more subtle way, then we need to do some practice. So we can, and also because this is very gross way, but a lot of times, sometimes we still have this I, the thought of I that's quite strong. So we are not really able to do the equalization. So what we can do is that we can take out a mirror, look at it, right? And then say, okay, in the reflection on this mirror is Thupten Palsang, that's me, right? Okay, I'm speaking from teacher's point of perspective. So this is Thupten Palsang, I'm also Thupten Palsang. Between him and me, we are the same. So we can look at it this way and say, he and me are the same, we are equal.
Chezanta, pege kange te dingi ji na, ane kisi kange te dingi di ngara ina, ngala kange dingi te na karche sa res. Siya ji samlo che. Ane shine di tsrowa di le sewe che la, ane kwaya nga da chikba re. Sido ane shine kwa la tsewa da nyingji di kye tuwe chi yung go re.
So when someone has encountered difficulties, right? So we can think of it, if I am the person who is going through this difficulty, what will I do? How would I feel? What can I do? So when we put ourselves in other people's shoes to have this kind of reflection, when that kind of feeling arises in us, then we can say, okay, so now if this person is in this situation, how would you feel? And therefore, based on the feelings that we've generated earlier, then we can offer the other party love and compassion.
That's the any that shell pemper chebayina, ngala jonra dos. That's Sanjegi combination chebayina, the jonra missiva chade. Champagne drum is social jonra missivare. Champagne madrumna social shivi jonra girl. Reading on Zusamle and Lola, Champagne children and ngala jonra do see thing la yudevach. That dindigi keber chimboji short dedi, Takare, Sanji Trubare, Manzu Trubare, Tambutang Sha Chini. We need to Shimjuchin some tanguage. Check your.
So if we want to help others, if we help others, right, then we think, okay, maybe we will be disadvantaged. We will be on the losing end. Actually, from the point of Buddhist point of view, it's not possible for us to be on the losing end if we help others. This is impossible at all. We will be on the losing end if we are not able to benefit others. So then if this is the case, then why do we have this kind of thought that if I were to help and benefit others, I will be in a disadvantaged position? So we need to then examine this kind of thought that we have from a very unbiased manner and say why this is the case.
Tsawe ane Champagne ki semke Champagne truba la tene susu mizi tage nang lo le ta pendo yoba ta peche kashi yabu shingi yore dinde tsendi shimju chene shingi yore nyamnyongi tone mangbuchi trube yore.
So when we help or benefit others, a lot of us know that in this life there will be some kind of benefits coming to us. This I think most of us know. So then we need to continue to benefit others, but then what will happen after that?
Pendo chimbu shibu yoredi ine kiwa ngachi kije mashena. Tsidile pendo chimbu shibu yoredi ine chamchang le jongra siba peche chade yorda shimbe chumna.
So yes, if we were to benefit others in this life, we can get some kind of benefits. And it's also possible that we can have a lot of great benefits coming to us in this life. But if we talk about after life, rebirth, this life and afterlife, then it is possible also that in this life we may not get the kind of benefits we are looking for. We may actually experience a loss. We may actually be disadvantaged.
Ta kyongra sigma re se keja di khare se na ta rimba des ting sabr chini nambe shungne shibi kyawanga chi da lendre ki tawa ki yongje. Ta len kyawanga chi da lendre de ngune yina ta kyongra misiba ta chagor. Digi ta de page pendo yoba tsam ki keja ma ba digi khandri ji ine changma ani shimbe sambala tene ani chungshaba shata. Ani sosola kange khasuji theba changma shenla neba dang ta shin pa yu dang ni digi kingi chungba shata chade yorda.
So earlier we mentioned that it is not possible for us to be in a losing position. So when we say that, how does this come about? It's actually from the perspective of when we look at it from the fact that we have got afterlife, right? So if we believe in the law of karma, if we believe that there is life, there's rebirth, there's reincarnation, then it is not possible for us to be in any position of getting a loss or in any disadvantaged position if we were to help and benefit others. So we must understand that whatever happiness we have now is actually from benefiting others. This is sure, okay, this is 100% sure. Whatever happiness, all the happiness that we have is from benefiting others. And whatever unhappiness or sufferings that we have now is from not benefiting others.
Perna ani panjol lonju yong heti shenla chimbatang bala tene chungshaba chadeyor.
So for example, if one person is to have very good, is very rich now, then what is the cause for this? It is because in the previous life, he would have done a lot of practice of giving to others.
다 뒤에 배나 중당 뒤에 진바탕비 카두들라 아니 파게 콜라 강에 매비 토네 수수기 코랑라 그거 차상지 수수란 게 배준치네 파크 되바데 강바이나 제만 번저 용당디 수수 배준마 제네 번저 용해지 다 추게 땅 아니 간지 콜라 레가 그위 토네 로버체 레가 그위라고라다 레가 쇼세 배준기 토네 디체바이나 제만 번저 용당디 수수 배준치나 번저 용 마체나 마용 어딘지기 개발 쇼데거.
So, for example, if we were to help others, like for example, you want to help others from a financial perspective. So, if you were to offer some money to the other party without that person going through a lot of difficulties, so just whatever you have now, you offer it to him, then in your fruits, what will be your fruits of this action will be that in future, you will also be able to have a source of income where you are able to get it easily without much efforts. But if today you were to help this person by asking this person to come, okay, I have this piece of work for you, you come and do work and then I give you salary. That way you are helping him from a financial perspective, but you have made him work for the money. So the results of you doing that could be that in future, then you will have to apply or exert some effort to get your money, to get your financials. And if you do not exert the kind of efforts, you may not have the money coming in. So this would be there will be some differences in how you actually help others in terms of practicing the giving.
가르스고래 구셰비 유비 토네 구셰당 팀비 토네 베티체바 있나 제마 용디 구셰 유비 토네 양 카시 진바당 관신 테스 통중기 토네 야나면 진바당 서비스 테스 닌슈도 야 레가 구야서로 딘디기 디체바 있나 제마 양수 용당데 다가랑 직부직경 연구여다.
So if at the point of giving to others, you have done it with the kind of respect for the recipient, then in future, when you receive your so-called results, the financial benefits, then it will also come to you in a very dignified and respectful manner. But if now, when you practice giving to others, you do it with disdain or looking down on the recipient, or maybe after giving, you kind of like give him some stress kind of thing, or make him work to get the money, then in future, when you get the fruits or the results of your giving today, it will be the same. So you will have, the money will come to you with a little bit of people mocking at you, disdain or disrespectfulness.
제자다 디치디자네 딘디기 토네 셰바이나 아니 심펜트르니 다 경라미시버지 이네 삼로디 모네 야고지 코알라 렌데기 이치시 녀버 코레 다 디톨 렌데기 톨라 템바 이밍기 톨라
So when we say that if we were to benefit others, it is impossible for us to get any loss, for us to be disadvantaged in any way. For us to have a firm belief of this, first of all, we must have an understanding of the law of karma. So when we have a firm belief of the law of karma, then we can believe that when we benefit others, we will not be disadvantaged in any way. So in order to do this, we need to analyze and investigate on how true it is, this law of karma.
다딘 단뒤 체토부기 제시용 되잖아요. 상계에서는 자치무 시부지 대디 신뱅기 셈도 고음니. 누가 용수 정수나 어느 상계 자료를.
So when we talk about the Buddha, right, we say how the Buddha is very precious, but how does the Buddha come about? The Buddha comes about by meditating and practicing on this mind of benefiting others. And when this mind of benefiting others is perfected, and that's when he becomes a Buddha.
제산타 단다시에 대해디 아니 갈라워타 파조디 조난기에 시도 아니 도진이 합장니 시샤베기 자마인 바체 뒤지 흘려 진이 롭준 제바이나 금세 멍베터네 뜻이 제 유대버지 차대거.
So when we look at this, then we need to understand that, it's not just for the purpose of just talking so that the other person can feel happy about this teaching. We need to really support this thesis or proposition with a lot of reasonings and understanding so that we can arrive at a firm belief.
다 신변 주 디니 인디 다 신변 주베디 수수기 신변 제발 때네 신라 팬바다 셰 먹어지 수수기 다 디기 아니 중내 차대도 다 신변 주베디 계시 못 차로와.
When we talk about benefiting others will of course benefit others. But other than this, we need to also know that benefiting others has an effect on benefiting ourselves, bringing us the happiness that we want. So this is where we need to understand.
제상다 어나 신변기 주바세디 신변 제 마제세 신변 레 마레세디 우리 내수를 신라 팬마빈 장장 기자 말해디. 배낭어서 가르스고래 내가 총자바이네 총자네 디기 우리내수를 신달 팽겨로 총하나를 때네 잘라 총바이네 봐준요 용해들 팽겨. 아따디 신변기 주바를 베세나 디 신변기 주바스 게 말해.
When we talk about benefiting others, we're not just looking at benefiting others on the reality. Okay, for example, a businessman or rather a shop owner may be selling things to the customers. So the customers will buy something. And in that way, because the businessman is selling something, it is benefiting the customers because the customer is able to get what he or she needs. So is this benefiting others? If we look at it from this perspective, yes, the customer is being benefited, but this is not what we mean by benefiting others from this point of view.
제선다 신변기 주바세다 굴롱다 제니 굴롱 신변 팬비 셈베 토네 제니 파주들 팬디 신변기 주바세 굴롱 파주들 팬비 셈다 마제나 우이네줄 팬기 유네 디 신변기 주바스레고요 말.
So when we say the behavior of benefiting others, this must come from the motivation of wanting to benefit others before you engage in the activity, in the action of benefiting others. So if you are just physically doing something that benefit others, without the motivation of wanting to benefit that person, this is not what we call the behavior of benefiting others. The behavior of benefiting others must come from the motivation of wanting to benefit others.
디지 뒤자네 딘디 인자 아니 신변기 주바 무수다 신변기 자와스네 수르도 제바에 요르디 기시 수르도 메바이네 수실레가 가리지기 요바이네 디기토네 신달라 펜도 가리가리 연구도 삼모땅 안디 사모신사비 제라 아니 삼심 규르체 땅제 디제나 신레 팽기레스 삼로 디키니 레가 제샤바이나 수지 제샤비 레가 다가라 신변기 주바레 두레.
Because of this, so when we engage in any activity, we need to then ask ourselves, if I were to do this, how will it benefit others? So we think about this, how this action will cause an effect on others and the kind of benefits that will bring to others, such that when we actually engage in the activity, then we arise the kind of motivation to say that if I were to do this, it will benefit others in this manner. So by arising this motivation, whatever we do then become the behavior of benefiting others.
그래서 14호전에 삼단에 수실 레딘 디기 무슨 규비권에 신라간데 팽게도스 14호전에 삼단나 망부질 팬데요다. 이내 수실 남지 내가 지도전에 맞었다 로마 정해지기 디체나 말라자라 그래 디체나 말 민라 그래 디마도 디체나 콜레 팽게리 디 삼로디 키고 아마로다. 다 삼로디 집을로샤나 다가랑 제대랑 자체 신빙 주바 차두어.
So whatever we do, we need to then ask ourselves, if I do this, how will this benefit others? How will this benefit this? How will this benefit this? Usually we do not go through this kind of thought process. We do, then we say, oh, because I do this, then I get my salary. Because I do this, then I get this. We are always coming from the perspective of, I will get something if I were to do this. It's very rarely that we will ask ourselves, if I were to do this, how will it benefit others? So actually, the action that we do now could be the same as before, But now we need to change our mind. We need to transform our mind in the other way where the action may be the same, but we do it with the intention and knowing that this action will bring benefits to this person, and this person. And then we arise that motivation when we perform the same action. And then this becomes the behavior of benefiting others.
That's some of the Juhachini, any champagne symbol, all the Leona, any keeper the Levy, made the country Haguresana, Kisi Liri Digitoneta, Shella Pengi Yoba de Hagosarva. Yine Loburdu Dikin, the larger John Riot in the Chuna, Lamsan, Tanga Moko Sea Tavada, my John Rason, that Choche Chumason, this some of the Legomar. Carson Quimiuzo, the Shella Pedro, Laja di Shorla Roda. Laja di Carson, Laja Malena, Suzotu Mari, Somatuna Yashim, Mutin to Maro. Di Dundala, any Laja Leni, the Cheba Mato, Quimiuzo, the Laja di Mahimba Chaditi, similar Majibati Yomari.
So if we were to continue to cultivate our mind in wanting to benefit others, so there will come a time where our mind will be more transformed or having a greater inclination to wanting to benefit others. How do we know that our mind has changed? So this is when, say for example, when you are, because of this work that you're doing, you will get a certain salary. Then now you're told that your salary will be reduced. So to you, if you have that kind of mind of wanting to benefit others, to you is your objective will be not on the salary, but on the fact that you want to benefit others through this work or action that you do. So when you are told that your salary will be reduced, to you is it's okay, no problem, because my objective is in benefiting others. So you will continue to do what you do despite getting a lower salary, and you will be happy about it. Salary to you is like more like a byproduct. It's not your main objective. Your main objective is in wanting to benefit others. If you don't have this kind of mind, when you are told that your salary will be reduced, we'll say, then I'm not going to do it. I will be in a loss. Why do I want to do this? So this is where you can see the difference on how, after having transformed our mind, we are able to, put others are benefiting others as the main objective rather than the salary.
That the Shamba Samase Yang train it Cheva ina, Matala Imbe Alangela Chigi Kijama Sheva ine, Tangi Legacia di Mimobola Pay, somebody Yang train on the Quachoson Sembe Semnang Pobachi Kiatan, Digi Kembe Legagi Nishu the Chunrure, Semnang Subula Daya, Kijikaroa, Semnang Lola, Pusutoya, the Yungumare. So when
we know that, this action or this work that we do will benefit others, and not only do we know that, we must continue to remind ourselves and reflect that, yes, what I'm doing now is benefiting others. When we have such a thought in our mind, then we will be very happy when we engage in that action, because we know that this action will bring benefits to others. And when we are happy about doing such action, we will not be very stressed by what we are doing. We will not be very narrow-minded. We will always be very happy to want to do this work, to do this action, engage in this action. When we are practicing benefiting others, and if we were to say, oh, if I do this, I will get some kind of benefits, then okay, I will help you. When we have that kind of thought, this is really not practicing benefiting others, because we have this thought of wanting to get some benefit of ourselves, and therefore we are benefiting you. So this is like doing, this is not the real behavior.
If
we do not have any expectations of getting anything for ourselves, and we go out to do things to benefit others, this is really the true measure of having love for others. Sometimes we tend to have like two minds. One is like above, where our heart is above, there's one mind, and then one right deep inside ourselves, another mind. Seems like there are two minds at times.
다 디네 디 인제들 레와 요에 메세데 고서 하고 레라버로 참선을 디 인제들 레와 주니 맹에 제와 오네라제 디네 양 레와 때스 요데버 딘데 용구도.
So sometimes above our chest area, then we will have this mind. Sometimes we will say, no, actually I have no expectation at all. But the other mind that's right deep inside us, there is this expectation for something.
디 가르스는 베나 미치랑이 로바체 로바 망보체 아니 니 레와 주니 메바체 약보진 짱무짱장 진 제비케제체 안 딘디지라 딩딩라 레와지 유서와 디 유베 다 가르스나 제만 남중 엠바지 때용디 쾌기 남중 엠바 때야디다 수수 남중 파페 마타사디 남중 엠바 때야니다 미다와치 쾌기 남중 엠바 때용디 콘트로시다 마사야지 남중 파디 징이디 남중 엠바 때용디 네 파드거스 디체네 단두이슬레네 룽슈체와 랑기도 딜라디 타기 당보네 레와테세지 디네테 레와테세 유베 따레 신직부지 그냥 인거로 혼자니라 남주 간지 때네 케큐는 명이지 거와.
So sometimes when we help others, the other mind, that is the higher mind, or the one that's like near the above the chest area, we may say, yeah, I don't have any expectations. I really want to help you now, or I'm helping you now with a pure mind of just wanting to benefit you. So we may say that, or we may think this is the case, but actually deep down in our heart, there's this little bit of expectation for something. And how do we know? And what is the sign for us to know? The sign could be in the case of, say, because you have always been helping this person, and if this person one day were to show you some angry expression or expression of not appreciating you, then you get a bit unhappy. Whereas the other person whom you have not benefited or helped him or her before, and if he or she does the same action as the person whom has received your help, and then you will not be so unhappy if he shows the same kind of facial expression, the unhappy expression to you. So why is it that these two people, their facial expression or the action that they do it to you is the same, but you are not happy with one, and you are a bit unhappy with the other? You are a bit unhappy with the one who has always received your help. It is because really deep down in our heart, we have this little bit of expectation for him or her, and that's the reason why when he shows some kind of expressions that we think is not appropriate, and then we get unhappy. If we do not have this little bit of expectation, then really these two are the same, and I should not view them in any different way.
제가 당본인의 진실 때에 파편바지는 제발에 슐라 가르치네 제 거랑 세 되바메바지 제나야 데스카 투벨이야 펜도 여바저 차디도.
So right from the start, what we can do is we must keep reminding ourselves and say, yes, I will do now whatever I can to help him or her, and whatever comes thereafter, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So if we are able to keep reminding ourselves in this way, that kind of like stop ourselves from having this little bit of expectation.
제가 딘디기 닝지디 열게지 땅내 안에 저와 춘네 메비토네 안에 셴라야 펜도지 제용디 수시 생기 띵네 김낭지다 시대시 레용거다. 제가 다디 가시 닝지를 때네 시대 레기리라 라버디고 안에 수시 심pen치가 제 시대 말레디 다 레기면도 땡기러 수시 심pen는 거네 레가 말어. 당 원내랑 제와 원내 질레네 제나 심pen시부시 레거래. 제가 심pen 디기 대화디 다 침내라고 그랬다. 차바란다 레기기 말해. 간지 디경기 근데 심pen치 잠시아마 되게 된데 용거 가실.
So for this kind of, so if we're able to if we're able to do this, we are able to develop the compassion that we have others, and we're able to increase this compassion that we have for others by practicing benefiting others. And sometimes, and if we are able to do this correctly, really without any expectation of getting anything from ourselves when we benefit others, we will have, or rather we will experience certain kind of peace and happiness within ourselves. then you may say, oh, but sometimes after I help others, I don't feel that kind of peace and happiness. So it doesn't sound right. But this is because your behavior of benefiting others is not the real behavior of benefiting others, because you're still looking for something for yourself, because you're looking for that kind of peace and happiness that you want to experience. So sometimes some people, they may get very attached. Attachment may not be the right word. They just get so used to, or they enjoy the feeling of helping others. So they will keep helping others, benefiting others as much as possible.
하버도 다 파게 산지 다기 라바나시 닝지 잠닝지디 누버 용수 존에 산지 기지시 온디산에 치르당 잠닝지 요바 산지 마시바 닝지디 다 심지 창만라다 단념치니 아니 잠닝지 계구거와.
Earlier we spoke about the Buddha become a Buddha after he has perfected all the abilities, the powers, after meditating on love and compassion. So this love and compassion is not just a general love and compassion that we're talking about, but it's a love and compassion for all sentient beings.
다 디케 고디 아니 강에디 가와체고르스나 노술술 네킹이다. 미 하장기 주버 두자다. 디졸다 잠니지케디 강에 체고르.
When we want to practice love and compassion for all sentient beings, sometimes we may encounter this difficulty. For a person who has harmed us before, or hurt us before, it is rather difficult for us to generate the kind of love and compassion for him.
지선다 딘디기 아니 강에디 셀지 잠닝지기 미딘초 셀니 잠닝지 여게타야라 다 탑시디 가르스나 아니 땡중기 따외 토네 아니 디 파게 섬는 땅바이나 아니 편도 여대바 딘디 차고래.
In order to overcome this difficulty of arising or generating love and compassion for those people who have harmed us, then we need to remove the counteracting factors that is affecting or that is preventing us from generating love and compassion. So in order to generate this counteracting factor, we need to then understand the view of dependent origination.
다단다 땡중기 따와라 지시시라 마자바체 이네 따와 디기 토네 니파게 가시고리 미딘초 셀당라 잠니지 이렇게 당당라 편도 가리여버디 다데스 존되지니시나.
At this point, I will not speak deeply or a lot on the view of dependent origination, but what I will say is that I will share on how having this view of dependent origination will be able to eradicate the counteracting forces that prevent us from generating love and compassion for the people who have harmed us. I will speak briefly on this.
다 당보 땡중기 따와스는 게라 지용데 가르스나 상이 니수 간지지 여바이네 창마 아니 규단긴 도만 처벌을 때는 중발해스 다디레 당보다 땡중기 따와 당보 세월에다 멍시더버디.
When we talk about the view of dependent origination, the basic understanding or the basic the essence of this view of dependent origination is that whatever thing, be it good or bad, they all arises from the accumulations of causes and conditions.
지선다 규화 가정 어저다 다 미다 나 소바 통해 여대바디 규진 미자와 나 소비 왕기 차대요래. 규화 미자와 나 소 저에디 규진 미자와 나 소기 왕기 제대요래. 디기 돌라다 섬론 낸덴신의 땅에 셈낭로라 녜라 딘지 레샤 ng외니실레 딘지 레두 세 따와데 아니 녜라 셈낭로라 차바지제워. 신의 아니 디베제 땅제 파게 셈상베 라 편도기 돌라 베제 땅래.
Whatever changes that have come about, whatever many variations of changes that have come about, are all because of many different variations of causes and conditions. And whatever variations of changes that will happen is also because of the many different variations of causes and conditions that will bring about the changes. We need to understand this so that we know that, and we need to understand this, and we need to think and remember this so that whatever comes about, we will know that, or rather we will remind ourselves that it is due to the changes in the causes and conditions.
That the any samlo de le sabi chela and papichu understand baresina that pena social nujing in a mission that nujing me took charge you know cotton the meat took just shudu sine magawa the legidwa magawa ledu similar taring ruchini call it simtan yibu zewa the lip to go maro kechigorwa.
When we understand this, then we are able to then apply this in other situations. So when a person is deemed to be very bad, right, having bad behavior, so we may see him and say, oh, this is a bad guy. So immediately we may have this feeling of, we may not like him, right? And when we have this feeling of not liking him, then we will tend to stand further away from him, not wanting to be close to him. And when we do that, then we are actually stopping ourselves from generating love and compassion for him. And if this person is really like a very bad guy, then we may then look at him and say, this is a really bad guy. We mock at him and look at him with disdain. If we have the view of dependent origination, then what will come to our mind is, all right, so he's not a good guy. He's a bad guy now. But what are the causes and conditions that cause him to be like that? What is it that made him a bad guy today? And if he is going to be better, then what would be the causes and conditions that need to come about in order to make him a better person? So if this person is a bad guy, when he is in the mother's womb, he is not a bad guy at that point. If this person who has harmed me, this person at the point of the time when he is in the mother's womb, he is not a person who has harmed me as well. And if I say I'm better than him, then am I better than him when, at the point of birth when I'm at mother's womb? No, it's not the case. I'm not better than him at the point of my birth. So if he's not bad at the point of birth, or rather at the point of his mother's womb and also at the point of birth, then what are the causes for him to be bad now? So it could be that, in his growing up days, he might have met very bad friends who have bad influence on him, or it could be the environment that have caused this kind of effect on him, or maybe he didn't have the opportunity to go and study, or someone to guide him and give him advice so that he can be a good person. And therefore, if these are the causes and conditions that cause him to be a bad guy today, then similarly, if I were to meet with these conditions, I could also be just as bad as him. If I were to think about this way, then there is this thought that arises in me that I could just be as bad. And therefore, when I look at him, this looking at him with disdain or looking down at him because he's a bad person, this kind of thought will just slowly fade away.
Ani kante chadu la de ta chunju gane pame tado chere ani kihin yabo khadu kere roba da kuryu da ta mambuji yaboji khadu kene ke mambuji zomne de wangi ta de soso ta quality sta cha ba de thong de ya ta ngai quality as yeba de ta digi cutting gi redo asne ani shine shin la kuzi da cutting tin de le mo.
Now I'm better than him. What is what could be the reasons? It is because I have parents who took very good care of me. I've met good friends. I've met teachers who are able to guide me. I have a very good conditioning environment for me, so that today I'm better than him. So I'm better than him today is because of these causes and conditions, the meeting of these causes and conditions that make me a better person than him today. So when we are able to see it in this way, it will also arise in us this mind of gratitude for whatever we have and wanting to help others. So now that I'm a better person than him because I've got all these causes and conditions, then similarly, if he were to meet with all these similar conditions, the good causes and conditions, he would also be just as good as I am. For a person who is able to then think properly, then he may then say, oh, so now he's a bad person because he has met with all these bad causes and conditions. Then I wish for him to be separated from all these bad causes and conditions, and may he meet with the good causes and conditions so that he can be a better person. In that way, generally or very naturally, love and compassion will arise. In conclusion, he is bad today is not because it is his nature. It is not in his nature to be bad. He is bad today because he has met with very poor and bad causes and conditions that has made him bad today. It's not his nature.
and tuja chaye gi ke mongbo ji the di wang gi ene negap ta tuja chare ma to kisi soso le yang yabu chaye gen som en tuja chaye gen di de che ba ina soso yabu cha tuye ji yore chesan soso rangsin tuja mare soso le samda yorwa.
Similarly, if we were to look at ourselves, sometimes we feel down and despair and a bit inferior about ourselves. Then we need to think that today I am feeling this way. I'm feeling about this, feeling about a little despair with myself and disappointed with myself. It's because I have not met with the right causes and conditions. If I were to meet with the good causes and conditions, I would be better than I am now. So you may then wish for yourself to be separated from the bad causes and conditions and to be met with good causes and conditions. So this is how we can also bring this thought and apply it to ourselves when we are feeling down and despair about ourselves. Similarly, when we look at Buddha, when we see Buddha, we say, oh, Buddha is so precious. But what is it that made him precious? What are the causes and conditions that have brought about his current state? And if we were to meet with this kind of causes and conditions, similarly, we would be able to be like a Buddha. So then we will then aspire to work for those causes and conditions. The difference between Buddha and us, Buddha is so precious and we are not so. The difference in this case is not because of this innate difference in preciousness between us and the Buddha. The real difference lies in whether we are met with the causes and conditions to make us what we are.
제가 그때 배준지 체니 단다 딘지 사치모 차레스 삼로디 땅제 뒷남양 수술 통주제예요 말이스.
So, Arya Nagarjuna has once said that the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, they are so precious. But before they become Buddhas and Bodhisattva, they are just like me. One time, long time ago, they are just like me, a nobody. And how did they become such a precious being, a Buddha and Bodhisattva? It's because they have worked very hard to achieve the qualities that they have now. So similarly, if I were to do the same, I can have or possess the kind of qualities that they have as well. And therefore, I shall not look down on myself.
다디네 에네 텐제이 토네 삼당당 찍디 데스미다와치 카리용 그레세나 미 파조디기 소설을 뇌바게바이나 뇌다마뇌세 가사 뇌바 제 맞제 세디 기저치그와 그기다 굴론 두자기 토네 자왕에 맞제나 그 뇌바 제바레 이네 뇌바 제샤바디 소설을 뇌마뇌세디 타지도 코란짱짱라라 레고 말 수수 제당라 되되었다.
When we say that this person has harmed, has done harm to others, so there are two aspects of looking at it. Yes, the action itself is a harmful action. But the other aspect to look at it is also whether this person has harmed me or not. And if he or she has harmed me, the harm, we should not just put the blame totally on him. It is also dependent on our own behavior.
제zan다 디페지다 먼저 망치다 신의 신기 유지르데 이네디 전소당 고거다 수신 샤바디 수수기다 전소당 고에 차디거래.
This is something probably you already know. It's not something that you do not know. But we need to often remind ourselves. We need to often bring to our mind this thought so that we can remember it.
지당 매세지다 독세지요 요래. 요래디 이네 수수 배주당 신경지기 라발레 레바이나 두디기 매 차루월 바기 나자망불레 팽에기 디소도월 배주당마 신기 라발레 레온디 맨디 두차루월 제zan다 수수 배주당당라 라레데바 차들 펜다 뇌세디.
If we look at medicine and poison, yes, okay, so I have medicine and poison. If a person knows how to make use of this medicine, then it is something that's beneficial. But if this medicine is given to someone who doesn't know how to make use of this medicine, there is this possibility that this medicine become poison. Similarly, for a poison, if this poison were to be given to someone who knows how to make use of this poison, there is this possibility of this poison becoming a medicine in a certain situation. So, when we say medicine and poison, it's really dependent on how do we know how to make use of these two substances to then make it a medicine and poison.
제zan다 타와디 야보지 전소당니 디제여바이나 아니 신다기 뇌게 용디잖아. 쾌디제 지기도 라네 콜을 기로하다에게 삼로 딜레자 망아디 내당 던지지 와라 내 가르치고 그도스 디 삼로디 강에 태운데 말아 강에 태송 라네 람상 셈페 부스도니 디제헤디 마힘바제 내당 던지지 와라 내 가르치고 그도스 람상디 딜레오나 안남지기 가지 기로와 디 마힘바제 땅 앞에 사송세 말아 쾌뇌 지기도 콘도디 레용디 남지디 가지고 말해 경소설라고 알아.
So if we have this view of dependent origination, then we will, when someone cause us harm, instead of just pointing our finger to him and say, he has hurt us, he has harmed us, or rather he has hurt me or he has harmed me, and just pointing outwardly to that person, we should then look at ourselves and say, then what should I do? What can I do in such a situation? And likewise, if we are in a situation where we are feeling a bit down, a bit despair, a bit helpless, instead of just, I don't know what to do, we need to then ask ourselves, what can I do? What should I do? What is it that is possible for me to do? So we can change our mind, train our mind in this way. So when we will think in this manner, we are actually using our mind, our mental faculty. If we don't think in this way, we are just pointing outwards, by putting our blame on others, we are not using the mental capacity that we have. And such a way of thinking, we can apply in even a very small, we can apply it even on a very small matter. And we can then practice changing our mind.
Di samlo di te ngochebe kabla ya ani karsigure sebuji karjonsna tojeden la ongshuga troy kapchel ta changashi weyoro ta sungju tredi nyamdo tre nga subu kyobeyore jen changagil trotogu marwa jen ta changaji yo injang ta mi changajagu du dilama goje 당분이 ne 간데 야가 됐다네 밖에 나가 술을 changa시라 민도 술네 용기 nga랑 수빈데다나 빠네 nga랑 가르치고 고도스 술네 마 용기.
Because of this thought in my mind, one experience I have is that in Bergaya during the teaching, and there are many people during the teaching in Bergaya, and usually after the teaching, the public or the mass will just be moving out of the teaching ground. So it will be very crowded, and it's like you're pushing one and another, falling out of the teaching ground. And because of my weak health, I'm not able to squeeze with others to get out of the teaching ground. So what do? I then take a look and see, okay, where is a possible place for me to walk? And then I realized that, by the side, it's not so crowded, it's not so pushy. Maybe I can walk there. So I asked myself, what is it that I can do in order to overcome the situation I'm in? And I then walk along the side myself.
지선 딘디 조이가라 안 랑가키르 람칭키르 아말라시도 다 망치 잡아르샤 상가전 용해다 잡아 편집으로 달 딘레라에 요머 잡론 비자장 다 구쇼도 상가라 빼 룽랑니 빼디 페레자니 페티제데샤 아니 람선 디섬로드 코스 랑기 가르치고레스 디체고레스 아니 파치 아말라라가 술레 쇼레 아마 술레 라가 술 칼레게 요머레 지금 남주디 컨트롤사사디 남주디 내 가르치고도 섬로드 마땅 인상 아니 컨트롤사 강에체 디바사 차사치기도 내 가르치고도 섬로드 땅바이나 술을 용서나 강에 재미도.
So there was one time as I was walking by the side of the road, then in the middle of the road I saw this Amala, which is an old lady, and she was in the midst of an ocean of the monks. So beside and behind are all monks, and they were all like pushing together. So she was affected, and she got a bit angry and said, "Aya, all these monks, what are they doing? Why are they pushing like that?" So she got angry and she raised her voice. And then when I saw her doing this, that's when I said, we should ask ourselves, what is it that I need to do instead of getting angry? Because when we get angry, we fail to use our mental capacity to ask ourselves, what is it I can do to overcome the situation? So I then went to her and said, Amala, come by the side of the road. It's not so squeezy. So I brought her to the side of the road, and it was okay for her. So from this example, you can see that when we get angry into our own, or when we are lost in our own negative emotions, we do not have a clear mind such that we can utilize this mental capacity that we have to ask ourselves, what is it that I can do? If I have this thought of what is it I can do, then really the action is just, instead of walking in the middle of the road, I just walk to the side of the road. It's something so simple, nothing difficult at all.
아니 사실라 거래질 때 사실라 원주 대사들라 미신다 대샤 안디 대뒤 가다 로보예 로보님도 계시 중제 코 주하단 원래 원주 주하단나가 그래서 많이 파페셔야 그래서 벌써 대사 신다질 페이 어디 코로나 시대 펜송세도.
So there was also one time at the teaching ground, so we have our seats already reserved. But when we reached there, we saw that it was already taken by other people. So I have another friend with me. So we asked ourselves, so now some people are sitting at our seat. What should we do? And I said, it's okay. We just take our seat and move to another place where we can sit. So they did that, or rather we did that. And then my friend told me, this way of thinking of, we can just move away kind of benefited me.
뒤저 충중 레디 도낭마제나 충중 딘디지 이견배 겸디셔네 눈치 침부 못 붙이는 용거.
So this is really something very small. But because we do not pay attention to such small matter, and therefore we just kind of being led by our emotions, and then it becomes something very big, and then we accumulate negative actions.
때때지 최선의 시바이나 강해지 태용되는 미신앙로라 강해 침부지 태용돼 다 강해디 가르레스나 다 뒤에 다길라바는 신치기 랑기 제당라 되되어레스 삼로디 뒤뒤에 다 걸고 왔다.
So not just on small matter, even on the bigger or more major matters, is similarly we can apply this kind of thought process. How we react to that situation is really dependent on the way we behave. So this is something we need to be mindful of.
가르스나 다 캬바다다 연나면나 간제 강해 침부지 마테나 남중기 조탄 가리는 다가랑자 좋아이나 메디다 랑자랑 레다 그뒤니 랑자레 코 할레비 야부차야 요 말에 할레비 두자차야 요 말다.
Why do I say that? It's because if we do what we do as we normally do, we just continue doing what we usually do, then we will just be where we are. There will be no changes of, there will be no possibility of being very good or very bad, because it will just be the same as per normal.
진짜 강에 침부지 태용돼 다디기 규화지 딴 거다. 미신 남중이 조탄데 많이 비 규화 태얘기다 선삼질 내버다.
But when we encounter major difficulties, then that's when this is the opportunity for us to make changes in our life.
진짜 남중기 조탄들 규화 숙침부지 태바이나 디 야가래 두가래.
So if we meet with something that is different from how we usually behave or the usual conditions or environment that we are in, so is this different? Is this different? How should I put it? Okay, so usually we have our normal environment and the way we do things, and when we encounter something that is different, is this something that is different, good or bad?
지금 다디 규화 조탄을 따고로 규화의 성숙 규화 숙심부지 조나 다디 야가 차대요 규화 조해디 다 두개 쳐로 규화 숙심부지 조에는 두가 차대요.
If there's something that's different, is something that is good, changing for the better, then yes, I would say this is a good thing. If this something that will cause us to change for the better, then this meeting with something that is different is going to be a bad thing.
제정다 강에 디테비 커두들라 아니 파게 당하는 건 제단 가르쳐고도 쓰니 파게 심슈께니 삼로 사바지 땅바이나 다 디기 깬체니 다 미진낭로로 상슈 교 숙좀 쉬우지 태토에 차되었다.
So when we meet with major difficulties, then we need to ask ourselves, what do I need to do at this point? What do I need to do in order to change this situation and make it and change it for the better? And if we are able to do that, then we'll be able to make our life better going forward.
다 디멤버제 다 심슈 차니 다 레마 송센 데나 다 다가라레 두개 졸란 기로더샤다.
Instead of having this thought, when we encounter major difficulty, we just say, why is it like that? Okay, there's nothing I can do. Then this change or this difficulty that we encounter is going to be something that is not going to be a change for the better, but a change for worse.
베나다 단다 퍼센트 점거는 무체라고 쉬는 되기로와 점거는 무체다 지기 차네 수술 롱바셔 수술 기르기 고사도 쇼 다까지 상마 쇼르비 커두딜라 심슈 차제 다 레마송선에 런시제베서로보다 디메네 네 심제제제 뉴바서로 심탕다밍으로 차바이나 다 디기 깨진 다 규로드 냠베쇼로 시우지 침버다 강에 디기 다 규로 인쇼로 줘버다.
If I use His Holiness the Dalai Lama as an example, he has lost his country. He has lost his position in the country. So if at that point his point of view or his thought process is that, oh, this is it, there's nothing I can do, and then this will then make the situation change for the worse, because he has this thought of there's nothing I can do, it's the worst already, and there's nothing I can do about it. So this change will then be a change for the worse.
지상 디제도 딘디기 강에 침부지 테비 갑라 코랑이 가리낭 버레세나 다 추다 변이 추다 저절라 폐가 나모데라 다 폐액이 체지 차상 딩다 폐가 나모데는 계동법 배정어 시신이 또 계동법 바고 디나로마 로니 리기부 최법을 제시 세저다 저는 법을 깨거래 심슈 깨거래 세지 디카도 디바들로 안틸 참샤제 아니 폐네 다 디카레스나 디카도들 마shum바체 다 강에 테니 짬에 저의 카도 디네 다 닝도 깨제 아니 양조 닝도 싸바제 깨네 아니 디체베디 차도도
So when His Holiness met with this difficulty of losing his country, he had made plan to escape to India, to go into exile in India. And when all his preparations were done, before leaving, he actually opened the Prajna Paramita Sutta, the 8,000 verses of the Prajna Paramita, and he started reading it. And he read to this part where the Buddha has said, Shariputra, you need to increase the strength of their mind. You need to bring forth the confidence and the courage. So after this part, he read, and then he left. Why did he read the 8,000 verses of the Prajna Paramita, and to this point where it is said, Shariputra, you need to be courageous, you need to be confident. Why? Because in such a difficult situation, it is easy for him to become despair and feel helpless. So by reading this, it gives him a new boost of energy and confidence that yes, there's something I can do about this situation. So that helped him, and with that kind of boost of confidence, he left Tibet.
제상다 디카도들라 아니 강에디 카도들라 따내당 덴디지와는 마 칸디체고고도스 양조닝도 사바지 깨니 남주 디체바 인상 따 단다 제부 통해요 바디레 강에디 체메나 직진은 단단한 신기 저된 친구들이 직진의 용마래.
So it is at that point when he encountered such major difficulties, and he asked himself, what can I do in this situation? What should I do? And he used his mental capacity to then think on what he should do going forward. And perhaps it is because of this major difficulty that he encountered that has kind of paved the way or made him what he is today, in his accomplishing such a vast virtuous deeds for everyone. Had he not met with this difficulty, maybe he would not be as successful or as influential as he is now.
제상다 대당 텔라 소베다 김젠다 딘디몽보고제 랑기 제당라 라레버레 세 따와딩엘라 소거와 디 따와데 레차비 제라 안 카리용그르스나 강에 태스나 야다 nga 교화 메시지 대기 고급시 레송스 다 교화 컨디지 드라마도 가라락바레스 디 삼로데 레응으로와.
With that in mind, we need to be mindful. So when we meet with when we encounter major difficulties, then we need to say to ourselves, whatever happens after this is up to me. What is it that I'm going to do now? What can I do now to make the best of this situation so that I can change this for the better? To change it for the better or for the worse, it is in my hands. It is all within my control.
다 디나 신식이 배나 소설을 내게버이나 다 가시고래 남베다 주던 젤니 다 딜라 아니 규화 상쇼 땅에 다 숨겨요.
If someone has harmed or hurt us, then there is a way we can transform our mind to change it for the better, to think it in a more positive and more noble way.
다 디카르에서나 아니 소설다 네버 두자지 제바이나 네버 두자디 제니 델라테네다 소소 콘로사 소소다 파 네버게 네당 딘디지와라 파 좀 투바이나 체디 온도 제네다 캡산 라도로 다 지고로 다 좀마투나 다 체디레 캡산 요머다 두경다 차조레.
If someone would have hurt or harm us, then we become angry, and then we plan to also take revenge and cause harm to the other person. If we are able to cause harm to the other person, then maybe you can say, yeah, so his objective is met in this life. He has attained some kind of benefits. If he is not able to also cause harm or take revenge on the person who has harmed him, then there is really no benefits at all from his perspective. It's just loss.
Ta neta diwala susegi ani kasugure seba komni sebe nyamle chongdar tangni te koga di simje susu sebe nyamle chongdar tangba ina ta dilla lenje gi thone kari sungo resena en tanda ta uma chuba da chunju ta nyunge na chunju nang lo yore ani kalba mongbo sae gi tiba ta ruwar ti kincheni
Kalpam.
kalba mongbo
Kalpam mambo.
sabe tiba ta ruwar.
So instead of thinking of taking revenge, then we then ask ourselves, all right, so this person has caused me harm, but never mind, it's okay. Let me practice patience and tolerance on this person who has harmed me. And if we were to do that, actually from the point of view of karma, cause and effect, in many scriptures, like the Guide to Bodhisattva Point of Way of Life, it has stated that when we practice patience and tolerance to people who have harmed us, the negativities that we have accumulated over many kalpas would have been purified.
Chisanta diji dusane en tikba dana khariyoresena tindi tikba di matana ta ngisong la sobe ta mi ten la re ti mai mi ngisong la chene to tunge ta lo pumta mombe podo ta tunge nyong ko echi tanda di soba di kombe chengi di nyom go charor ta tikba ta sidi.
By practicing tolerance or patience, our negativities can be purified. What if these negativities are not purified? What will happen to us? If these negativities that we accumulated in the past lives are not purified, then in future, over many lifetimes, we may have to endure a lot of sufferings. So by taking this opportunity to practice tolerance and patience on this person who has harmed us, we are actually eradicating this possibility of us having to endure the sufferings in future.
Jezanta tindigi lendi namsha nambe tawa tenjungi tawa di tes sabru joyondi ani dewa da kasa tunghe yunghe judi mikiwa re digi yunghe judi kiwa re statila le rugorwa jezanta tindigi tawa de ichi yudi ngijigi ta tindi cheung ichigi thone kiji sheba ina ta khari chado resena kunne keba di gengi suba chondra che suba kume kokab de te di gengi an lo ta tongta chita pumta mombe bodo kange chimo nyongko e de meba cha di inzang tanda ne de kange ji de te gorwa ine kange chungchung dilla te ne ta kange chimbu mangbu shibuji meba cha jorda di cha jorda.
The presentation of cause and effect, the presentation of the law of karma, basically states that if we do something good, we have good results. If we do something bad, we have bad results. So in this case, when we practice tolerance and patience on that person who has caused us harm, and by this practice of tolerance and patience, we do not need to experience the sufferings that we need to go through in future. So temporarily at this point, yes, we are suffering. We have been hurt, we have been harmed. But if we look at it from a long-term point of view, the more major sufferings or the longer sufferings that we may have to go through in the future, that has been eliminated. So when we have belief in the cause and effect or in the law of karma, this is something that we know that practicing patience and tolerance is something that we need to do in order to remove ourselves from the future sufferings.
Jezang tiji duzane ane amjigi ta shashu tangba da chiwa shashu tangne tubwarwa ane khabjana tindi nasa tangayagi tindi menju mongbu cheyadwa o tinsu tan chigbare khabdu tila tungi jite ta pake tungi chimbu di ta tarba cheyarwa dina shin kuya tungi chungchung jite je tungi chimbu dili tarba cheyarda. Samlo di ngone khorongye chigi ta shine ne chala kani chimbe dushi di leyungwar.
This is similar to, say for example, when we go for an operation. The doctor will operate on us, cut our body, or even, give us injection. At the point of cutting our body, giving us injection, we do experience some pain, right? We do go through some suffering. But this suffering is for the purpose of removing more major or greater sufferings from the sickness that we are suffering from. Similarly, the suffering that we experience because of the harm that others have given to us, this suffering will then eliminate the bigger or the more major sufferings that we need to go through in future. So this small suffering is actually helping us to remove the major sufferings in future. If we were to look at it in this point, that's why we will say that whoever that has harmed us now, the enemy, our enemy now, has shown us great kindness to us.
아니 다 고급디 심제 다 수저를 켜선 라야데 제해도 세고 겁나 이내 쿨라 거진 심보들 라고 해민도 가르에서나 그게가를 펜타고 삼니 세고 검제 아니 파게 다 디보몽보 다 주고 삼니 시조게 말와스 다 딘디 남도 리고와.
So yeah, okay. So I know that now, if I practice tolerance and patience, there is benefit. But is it really necessary for me to see my enemy as someone who has shown kindness to me, and therefore I need to be grateful to him? Because when he has harmed me, it is not for the purpose for me to practice my patience and tolerance so that I can be removed from the more major sufferings in future. He does not. He did not do this with this mind or motivation. So why do I need to feel grateful to him?
This sevayina ani tindiki samlo khawayina en kisi khwegi ta ngonsola nego samba chunimena pengo samba yobayina ne jigmarwa ne machana da ani sebako memindo.
If we have this kind of thought coming to us, then we need to say, if he really has the thought of benefiting us, then he wouldn't have harmed us in the first place. So it's because he has this thought of harming us, that's why now we have this opportunity to practice patience and tolerance.
The didn't tell why you're that in a train tilabayina, Manzukin Zabadu, Sanzamla. Caresena, Condo Sayondi, Kumalo Condo Langadus. Only in a Condo game, I just some Dandanlarwa. In a quick chitanji came by teaching Kumalo Condo Langadus, Condo Chugudus, Manzutin Tingidua.
So this may not be totally relevant, or rather there may not be there is an indirect correlation here, and therefore I'm just going to say it as well. Sometimes we say that he is angry with me. He is angry with me. But actually whether he is angry with me or not is not just on his side. It's also dependent on how we behave and how we view the situation. So we tend to say he is angry with me. So it's always from that point, he is angry with me.
Then do you pay like Tibala Tindipishitangi Namena? Any Kashit in the Sipishitangido. Kondoje on Duzane and a Tashi Parduda. Konga Tashi Parchugudu Squiggy. Any Amakashi, thou quick up at the same day, no chusare, didn't like it, Puchavang and Patisala, didn't like it. Thou quiggy, that's no chubatago, didn't not some local you on the door.
Okay, I need to correct my translation earlier on. So instead of he is angry at me, is he made me angry. So he made me angry. But whether I'm angry or not, is it really dependent on him? It's also dependent on how I view this situation. But we do not think of it that way. We just say, he made me angry. He made me angry. So sometimes for some people who has got blood pressure, and anger will make the blood pressure rise even. Then we may say, he made my blood pressure rise. He caused my blood pressure because he made me angry.
Tisan ti Pugudi Chevang in Bachiedi, Ama Simde Lahechi to Chevasiki Marwa, Ama Tashi Parchu Hechu to Cheva Marwa. Pake Pajo di Chiedi, Condo, that's something that Condo Lahechu to Cheva Yukinamoto, Condo Lahechu to Chevasiki Marwa.
So a lot of times, say for a child, if a child misbehaves and therefore make the mother angry, or make the mother's blood pressure rise. Does this child do it with the intention to make the mother angry? Does this child do it with the intention to make the mother's blood pressure rise? No, right? This is not the intention of the child.
이네 디케제디 용해 가르에서는 코란 굴론 디메네 디긴기 다시 바르고래 디긴기 콘트사고래 디긴기 세마지버 차고래 제상 안티 제주구도스 게제디 리고로.
So even though there's no intention from the side to make the mother angry or her blood pressure rise, but we tend to say, he made me angry, he made my blood pressure rise. Why? Because it is because of his behavior that is the cause for me to be angry. That is the cause for my blood pressure to rise, and therefore I said, he made me angry and he made my blood pressure rise.
지선다 디디 초와 디 계당디 당 원에 차바이나 디파 링제 당저디 강에 유딩이 미디 카르에서나 어슬 닝지게 중에래다. 동해 용딩이 심진 도와 어디서 참은 어슬 닝지게 중에로. 코 동해 용해 된 어슬 닝지게로 지나서면 용마다 말해. 이내 디겐지니 끼게 인상 콩 다되게 콩아 다시 벌주고도 라바나시 아니 콩 어슬 닝지게 중에래다.
So, in order for us to practice, or rather generate love and compassion, we need to have a object for us to practice, and those are the sentient beings for us to generate love and compassion. So similarly, when this person is our object of, or he or she can be our object of generating love and compassion, then we need to arise the kind of love and compassion for him or her, instead of just saying, he made me angry, he made my blood pressure rise. But we need to think that he is also the person who can help me generate my love and compassion. He is also the person who can help me generate my love and compassion. So similarly, the person who has harmed us is also the person that we can practice tolerance and patience on. When we practice tolerance and patience, there is certain virtuousness that we can derive from it, certain good karma from practicing patience and tolerance. So this person then become the cause for us to attain this kind of virtuousness.
지선다 부구디기 제당을 때네 세마지버 중 될라 때네 아니 다 갈라고르다 다시 팔 어디나 신치니 크기 제당 될라 때네 쇠버콤 될라 때네 아니 딕바다 될라 때네 인송네 탈 제자 인송네 탈 중에다 동해리 탈 중에래 뇌징이디 자디 어딘디기 섬로실래요래.
If because of this child it causes us to be angry, causes our blood pressure to rise. Similarly, this person who has caused us harm is also the person who gives us the opportunity, or is the person for us to practice tolerance and patience on. And because of that, then we are able to attain liberation. Then this person becomes the person who is able to bring us to liberation.
디나 신치기 롱겐 디게디 진비 퍼진 조중에래 진별 때네 다기 라바나 휴지 겨와치마 추부차야던 상마 용거래 딜라바 인자 롱겐 디 진비 퍼진 조주 안디 금쟁기 겨와치마 추부차주 디인디다 겨와치마 은소다 추부차야기다 갈라오다 차중엔디다 롱겐디 차되었다.
So for a beggar, because of this beggar, we are able to practice giving, and because of this practice of giving that we have, we are able to enjoy certain comfort from this practice of giving. So if we were to look at this way, then by practicing giving to this beggar, we are able to enjoy certain benefits and future comforts from this practice. This beggar then becomes the person who is going to give us this future comforts or financial comfort that we're going to experience in future.
다 간들 섬당당 ditne gyakene ani te sipsabo chene lojong jeje samlo tangne lo changba ina parachi la simje chama susul digi tega yongi labar do susu sangji ko ban top jungi tinji gi samlo je leje ani simje chama la ning thaba ne gabo da kushab leje yongguar ani shine changji jamning je chelong ni shimba je ruda.
If we can apply this kind of thought process to every situation, to every person, because this person is the person who's going to bring us to liberation, if this person is going to cause us to have financial comfort in future, if we can apply this logic to every situation, to every person, then in time to come, we will view every sentient being as someone who is of great benefit to us, benefiting us, and we are then able to appreciate them. Yeah.
That dine tende rimba te as a taro tani. That Dashila to be 10 days a tone, kitchen person chick lapshana. Dashila to be 10 days, Chashila tuba.
Dashila tuba.
Chashila tuba.
Chashila tuba. So now I'm going to talk a little bit on the view of dependent origination, and we are talking about the dependent origination. There are a few types of it. So I'm going to talk on the parts, dependent origination based on parts.
Tila ngela ta pagingwishi di malagon ko sabatin ina and tesco chute which do shindachi percentage page ngela questionarwa.
So instead of diving straight into this topic, because there may be some newcomers here, so I'm going to use an analogy to explain the view right now.
Ta mijigi tela shuba ina. Pagi ta tusini ta dendiji shuna tigro ta tela shuba ina kweki ngala shusung sine any control the legorwa.
So say for example, if someone were to hit me right on my right side, just slap on me this way, then what will come to my mind is, he has slapped me, he has hit me.
That di control ye undi zane that di kweki ngala shusung lagyor. So when
I think that he has hit me, he has slapped me, then I get a bit angry. And when this thought of getting angry because he has hit me, he has slapped me, what will come to my mind is there's this I, this thought of this I, this person, this whole thing here is an I. This I thought will come about.
So we are
talking about slapping and hitting. We are talking about the right arm, okay, the bare right arm of Geshe. So if this person is just sitting on my right arm, if we look at it in a greater details, has he hit my mind? So when we think that, okay, this person has hit me, right? Has hit me. So has this person really hit my mind? Didn't hit my mind, right? Didn't hit my leg, right? Didn't hit my head too, right? Didn't hit my lungs and also my heart. So the part that has been hit or slapped is really just this part of the arm. This arm. Lapa hand, arm. And if we have two hands, it's on this right hand. So this person has just hit my hand, and we have two hands. And in this case, we are talking about, of the two hands, only the right hand. So we'll talk about right hand. He has hit my right hand. So we have the lower part of the hand and the upper part of the right hand. So he has not hit my lower part of the right hand, but just the upper part of my right hand. So the part that has been hit is just this portion that I'm showing now. Yeah.
삼로기 크게 쉬송 세기도.
So he has hit me. That is what we think. But then this he has hit me has not hit my legs, my hand. It's really just this portion that has hit me. It's just this small little portion that has hit.
제자 이네 딘지 이나 아니 크기다 라바 대자마도 민도한테 슝이디.
So his hand that has the portion of his hand that's been used to hit me is really just that portion. You know, the four fingers and a little bit of the upper palm. It's just that part that he has used to hit me.
아니 콘도사나 팔라바딜 슈거로다.
So if we are going to be angry with this person, we should really just be angry with that portion, the four fingers and a little bit of the palm, because that is the part that hit us.
그 강발의 쉬는 장보 말아. 강배 개체매와.
So then if we were to hit his leg, then it's not fair, right? Because his leg did not hit us, right?
이네 삼르나로로 쾌쉬송 세네 디기 아니 냠도 덤제 슝해디다 슈세디 냠도 덤니 삼로지 쇠제 안티제 샤바레 모도 오네제나 아니 강발 쉬에요 말다 라바텔 모도 쉬에요 말.
So notwithstanding the fact that the part of the body that has hit us is just this small portion, but because of the thought that he has hit me, so we kind of like impute the kind of the entire person as him, and therefore we get angry, and therefore we hit the leg, and not just think that it's just this part of the fingers and the palm. Yeah.
다 말을 쉬송스. 다 파쉬네 코란랑게 파쉬는 다 카민도 콜 쉬로. 라보다 강발 지도 가려. 팔레벌로 가도.
So the part that has been hidden, he has hit me. The part that has been hidden is just this portion of my right hand, right? The upper right hand. So if this portion of the right hand go and hit back the person who has hit me, okay, because he's the one this portion is the portion that's been hurt. Then why does my hand want to get hit him? Why must his leg want to kick him? The rest of the hand and the leg has got nothing because they are not being hit or slapped by the other person.
제선다 단다 때네 다발레디 거서는 슈세원에디 대점래 이네 딜라 때네 가줄로를 차르당들라 말라 슈송스네 로를 차르기 요래 제선 델라 슈발레 때네 말라 슈송스네 가주 삼로 코르당지레스 딜레고요래.
So even though only this portion of the hand has been hit, but what comes to our mind is that it's I that has been hit, not just this portion. It's I that has been hit. This is the thought that comes to our mind. And because of this thought that comes to our mind, we say, he has hit me. Is this portion I? Is this portion I?
제가 띵아 마이나니 격진시에서 쉬해디 딜라시 라디자네 말라시 송라니 격진시에서.
So if this portion is not I, then are we telling a lie when this portion is being hit? I said I'm being hit. Then this is a lie, right? Because I'm not being hit. What is being hit is just this portion, and this portion is not I.
제가 딱 말라 제수 말라 직제수 니 제수 주구주가 주는 풍부레레 질라파마도 델리 로스 마 세지 태거 주구주니 파게 가르스고레 지 약두 제지 제사지 라기오 말이.
So when we think, oh yeah, he has hurt me, he has done this to me, when this kind of thought comes to us, is really the harm or the hurt that has been done to us is really on our body, certain portions of our body. But because of this certain portions of our body, what comes to our mind is that I have been hurt, I have been harmed, and that's why we say, he has hurt me, he has harmed me. But actually, other than the body that's been hurt or harmed, we cannot really go and pinpoint this I.
다디나시 미디 독자레샤스 삼로지 고고하러 독자레샤스디 다 주구주가 줘로 그 독자레도 나고 독자레도 깨제 셰드나 마시다 가서 혼자서도다 미디 독자시부지 삼로 코스도 그 잘라질레 뒤에 독자 통되거라 이네 뒤 정보 기자 말어 주구주가 줘는 잘라 콘주 미디 콘저사위 갑다 마사위 갑이 잘라랑 로하다 지부지경로 어디나시 정보진 기자 셰바이나 그 나고 독자도 미 독자도 칼 라야민도 다 주구주가 준다 크기 콘조들다 콘조디 독자레스 기자지마도 신다랑 자레 딩을 라카리네 랑자레.
When we say this person is a bad person, if we were to trace what is so bad about him, is it the head, is it the eye, is it the arm, is it the leg? Which part of him is really bad? We are not able to really identify and pinpoint to it. So similarly,
두자 두란다 두자디 따가르나 따기 ngal dina shin chin ngal re shusung la du kol shiyo mar kang bal shiyo mar la ban shin duja khani du 따가르나 따기 ngela ma yin gi ta duja ji thong ro na gu rang ja re mi du zo rang ja re su bu la ti duja du la ji min do ta ne ba ke bi cha ne duja du la du.
So when we say this person is bad, so which part of him is really bad? Is it the eye, the head, or the nose, or what? But none of this is really bad. And sometimes when we say this person is a bad person, to the extent that when we see something that belongs to him, we don't even want to touch it because we have this view or this mind that this belongs to this person who is a bad guy. But actually, before this person who has harmed us, and before we impute this label of he is a bad guy because he's harmed us, he is no different because his head, the eye, the nose is the same as before. Before is the same as before. It's only after when we got angry with him because we think that he has hurt or harmed us, and this anger is the thing that is really bad. This anger is the one that causes us to then say he is a bad guy.
Karsugure michi naguti nazamendo tine ma luni tine chimbuchado nagu chimbuchan alamsa tonye tongudo chorala seji tongudo.
So sometimes we have some people with certain sickness and their nose just tend to be very big. It just kind of become big, and then he doesn't look so pleasant to us. Yeah, so we have this feeling of he's not nice looking. So when the person needs to drink tea, he needs to kind of like, push his nose up and then drink tea. So when we see such a person, what comes to mind instantaneously is, this person is very strange looking. He's quite ugly. So this is the kind of feeling that we get when we see such a person. If we were to then investigate and pinpoint on what is so ugly about him, it's really this part of the nose that is ugly. But this part of the nose is not him, right?
Not
only is this part of his nose not him, if he were to undergo surgery to remove this portion of his nose, such that his nose becomes normal, then this portion of him is not there anymore.
And quite cut you mean it in mare, Nazati the Chibuchiare. Peggy Samlo Tandanji, Menjugi Tone, Chugi, the Menjugi Tone, and it decondo the patents and media wish which other. Chesanta, midi to shadu, lay the Kuju, you condo till a tene, midi to shadu, and when you tabare modo, Mikorangi to Jamares, or the Samlot Legor.
When we say this person is bad, because he is a very angry person, and therefore he's a bad person. But this is similar to just now the guy with this part of this very big nose. This nose is not him. It's just the nose that caused him to be ugly. So this anger that he has is what caused us to impute this label of him being a bad guy. Just with the man with the big nose, that is very ugly, if he were to undergo surgery to remove that portion of the nose such that he is separated from that cause or that reason for us to call him ugly, similarly, if through transforming the mind, this person's anger can be subdued and be separated from his negative emotion of anger, he can be a good person. So this anger that he has now is not something that is innate or intrinsic in his character. It's something that can be removed.
Dina Shinchigi, any Chajita, Nasa Tangche, Nani, any Tangana song singing test, Majiba Legdua.
So at times when I'm feeling unwell, and I'm feeling sick, I have this thought that comes to me, I'm now sick. I am not feeling well. When I said, I'm feeling sick, I'm ill now, the kind of thought that comes to me is that the whole body, the entire of this body is not feeling well, is ill. Then if I were to look at it in greater details, my legs are okay, they are not in pain. My hands are also okay, they are not in pain. My heart also, I do not have any heartache. I don't have headache too. So where I feel so-called discomfort or pain is really just my chest. So if I were to look at the chest, which part of the chest is painful? It's really just this little small portion that is causing me pain. So when I realized that, the part that is in pain is really just this small portion. And when that comes to me, then suddenly I feel a little bit more relaxed and peaceful. So when we think, or rather when we reflect on dependent origination based on parts, this is the kind of benefits that can come to us. So something that is more subtle than dependent origination based on parts will be really the view on dependent origination. So if we can have this correct view of dependent origination, then it will be very beneficial to us. And what is this view of dependent origination? Sometimes we also call it synonymously emptiness, the view of emptiness. So if I were to give you an example on what this emptiness or this view of dependent origination is, the starter view of the dependent origination is, there is this sutra that I would like to talk on. In this sutra, there is this analogy that has been demonstrated. So there's this very skillful artist. He painted a very scary picture on the wall. And after painting it, he himself is also scared by what he has painted, and he actually fainted. Just as this artist that has fainted because of his own painting, similarly for us, because of the mind that we paint certain pictures for ourselves, and these pictures then cause us to be deluded and cause 梦切, cause to be deluded and be mistaken. Yeah. So this analogy, sometimes people, they have explained it. They have explained it in a way that's not related to emptiness. But when I look at it, comparing what has been said before and after, I feel that if we were to explain this analogy by using the view of emptiness, it would be probably more appropriate.
딘디기 뇌 계사디 수식이 셈기다 쾌뇌 계송서 삼바 대zam마도 뇌뇌실 요마레스 수식 뇌뇌실 매딩이지 추니 수식이 뇌 쾌뇌 계송 삼로지 커 디jenje는 수수 공터사 아다 코응알 뇌 계송 삼 디왕기 수수 신앙랑 수식이 삼류기 토네 제샤와마도 딘디 뇌 쟁이지 뇌뇌실 요마레스
He has caused me harm. He has caused me hurt. This is what we think. But actually, if we were to look at it, this person who has caused me harm or hurt is not there. What is there is that it's actually our own mind making up a lot of constructions, a lot of concepts that cause us to think that he has caused me harm, he has caused me hurt. And because of this concepts that we have generated ourselves, that cause us to be afraid, cause us to be angry. And therefore, if we were to then tell ourselves that this person who has caused me harm or hurt is really not there, right? I think this is the way we can explain this analogy.
디나싱할라 뇌제송스 아니 딘디 nga sin tachusa nga sin samsagi ngadi kanjitu tagadona 아니 ngoyenisile medeba kishigore.
Similarly, I have been hurt, I have been harmed. So this I, where is it? Does this I really exist in reality? And we can then go and look for it. And if we cannot find it,
di ngegi ta kangba yebare.
So this is my right leg.
Di ngegi kangba yembare.
And this is my left leg.
Ta ngegi laba yeba, laba yemba.
And this is my right hand and left hand.
Ngegi ko.
This is my head.
Yana ngegi subu.
This is my body.
Ani ngegi sem.
This is my heart.
Tezanta ngegi subu, ngegi sem lavnita subu da sem kangi yimbi. Nga khorang kandidre.
This is my body, this is my mind. So it seems like it's either the body or the mind when we talk about this. But what is this I? How does this I look like?
Kandidre.
How does this I look like?
Sugire, supudi.
This body, whose is it?
Ngegi yin, ngegi subu, ngegi sem se ngati kawado.
I said, this is my body, this is my mind. But where is this I?
Tendijini yapochin tagadona ragyo marta. Ngatires suzu tugo mar.
So if we were to look at the situation in this way, in a very detailed way, you are not able to pinpoint a section that says this is I. I cannot find it.
Ine nga sen katu ine tende gor.
Despite being that, we always think that there's I. We always think of there's this existence of this I.
Temba tsam res yorta, laba tsam, temba tsam res.
So this I is really just exists by way of remembrance, by way of speech, I. The speech of saying I and the thought of remembering this I.
Ta dila duzane, ani karisugore, dila duzane ona ngadi yoma rebes, ta tiwachile ngorba.
If that's the case, then the next question that will follow is, so do I not exist?
Nga maybe kijay shigo mare.
We're not saying that I does not exist.
Chezanta tendes tramu kijay shene, takbala tene yu, tanye dila tene yu, se kijay ligorta.
Therefore, in terms when we talk about dependent origination, we are saying that this thing exists depending on the input, or rather, the existence is imputed by name. The existence is imputed by our thoughts.
Tesa digi kowa di ngoneji raba ina takinge la laba nashin, di ngare, di shindares, iwa di rangi sengi cheshare mato, ngoye nushola tindi iwa yomare siyongdo, ani shine nga ngare kore siyegi zimbadi ma shikru warwa, tadan shin takta nyamru wari.
This is me. This is others. I and others. When we start labeling I and others, there is a difference between I and the rest. But is there really a difference? This difference is really imputed by mind, by me differentiating between I and others. But in reality, there is really no difference between I and others. If we can see that, then we are able to equalize ourselves and others, equalize I and others. Okay, so this is where we will stop for the talk. But if you have questions, we will take 1 or 2 questions.